Hello everyone, today I'm going to be teaching you how to make your very own Wind Waker shield out of paper. So let's get started by going over what materials you'll need. Okay, so you're going to need to have the template printed out. Mine I printed out on 110-pound cardstock, which is what I use for all of my larger models and weapons and all that kind of thing. It's also what I use to make my life-size Link and Midna, so it's good for bigger pieces. Then you'll need just some normal craft glue, some scissors, and you might want to have some markers so you can go along the edges to help them blend in with the other pieces. Okay, now when you're cutting the template out, you're going to need to create a tab to connect the front and the back of the shield. Because it automatically splits it up because it's a giant piece, it's not going to have that there, so you need to make a tab to connect the two. Same for the back of the shield. So you can go ahead and cut out the entire template if you want. So here I have piece F1 and F2, and as you can see I added the tab to the bottom half of the front of the shield. So now I'm just going to go ahead and color the edges here with the appropriate color. Just so it looks, there's no white line and it looks nice and neat. Then I'm going to bend all of these tabs in, so a mountain fold. And do the same for this side, but don't bend this tab that's going to connect the two. Now that you have all of your tabs folded for the front of the shield, we're just going to glue these two pieces together. The next step is optional, but it will help support the shield, and I'm going to take an extra piece of my cardstock and I'm going to cut a piece that will fit in the shield, and we're going to glue it on just to support it a little more. You can also use the scraps that you have, but it's just going to be easier for me to do this right now. So you're going to take that piece and just glue it on. This is just to help it, because it's such a large piece you don't want it to dent in, so that this extra layer of cardstock will help. And be generous with your glue, because the glue also helps it helps to support it. Here I have all of the S pieces, and I already colored the sides, so we're just going to get straight into folding. So starting with S1, we're going to fold all of the tabs into a mountain fold. And you're actually going to do this for all 5 pieces. Now you have all of those folded, we're going to take piece S1 and we're going to glue this to the top of the shield. Then when you have piece S1 glued down, you're going to take piece S2 and then keep on going in number order, so then S3, S4, and glue it until you get to the other side. Now when you have all of the sides glued on, if you're not using a thick of paper as I am, you might want to take some of your scrap paper and take some strips like that and put it up against the side just so it's a little stronger there, but I don't feel like I need to do that, and if you feel like yours is strong enough too, don't worry about it. It's just, it can be a bit flimsy if you're using thinner paper. Now take pieces B1 and B2, which is the back of the shield, and as you can see I've added the tab along the bottom half again, and I've already colored the edges. So we're just going to glue these two pieces together. And once you have that glued together, you don't need to worry about adding extra support on the back here. It was just the front of the shield because the shield curves in, so there's a much greater chance of it denting in when it's curved this way than it is when it's curved this way, which is what the back of the shield is going to do. It's going to be like this, so it really can't dent in. So here I have all of the H pieces, which are going to be making up the handle, and again I've already colored the sides. So we're going to start off by taking piece H1, and we're going to bend these sides like that, and then bend this piece like that. And all of these tabs, except all the ones at the ends, so all of them are going to be mountain folds, except these ones, so we might as well do the ones that aren't going to be first. So this tab's going to be bent that way a bit, that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. So you're also going to want to fold it right here. And now you can fold all of these other tabs into a mountain fold. And once you have all of the tabs folded, you can begin to glue it together. So you're going to be gluing all of these tabs to these two sides, like that, and here as well. So we can just go ahead and do that. Now when we have H1 all glued together, we're going to take H2, bend these tabs back to a valley fold, and then we're going to be gluing this piece onto the remaining tabs of H1. And you also want to bend it here on both ends, like that. Now we're going to take pieces H3 and H4, and these are essentially the same piece, they're just a bit of a different shape, but they're going to be built the same. So first start off by folding all the tabs into a mountain fold. Then you're going to fold along each thing, so from each corner here to there, to each part in between tabs, like that. And then you can do the very same thing for this piece. Okay, and you can probably see that there's a piece here that's lighter. That's going to be on the outside of the handle, so the piece that's facing out the most, so the top of the handle. And it doesn't matter which end you glue these pieces, like they're both going to fit on either end. So start by gluing the lightest piece to the top of the handle, and then glue on the rest of the tabs around, and then glue it to itself, and then do the very same thing for this piece on the other end. Now that you have your handle done, it's time to glue it to the back of the shield. I recommend doing this before you glue the back of the shield to the front, just so you don't have to worry about it denting in, and you can press down more firmly and you don't have to worry about it. Now if you're planning on making the wall decoration, I suggest you don't add the handle because it's going to stick out from the wall too much. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be making the wall decoration, so I'm not going to glue it on. But if you are, you're going to place it just off center and make sure you have the end that has the longer piece, like as you can kind of see that this piece is more square, this one's more of a rectangle. The rectangle piece is going to go at the bottom. So you place it about there on the back of the shield. So if you are making the wall decoration, you can just go ahead and glue the back to the front. And there you have your finished shield.